What education or training do you recommend for those who want to make a pivot?
So start with understanding if you can understand how to analyze data in Excel, very simple counts, pivot tables, all of these functions, sum, median, average, mean, basically all of those functions. Then if you know how to do pivot tables, that's where you really, really get into making sure that you can analyze data in a way or a fashion that would benefit your customer or your current role. Once you really know how to do those formulas and calculations, you can move on. I think you can definitely move on to tools like Power BI and Tableau. You'll want to learn how to use, um, specifically, when you do data visualization, a lot of people just do things to make them pretty, but look for resources or data visualization guides that will tell you why you should select a certain chart, because people select bar charts all the time, but sometimes you might need a scatter chart, sometimes you might need a heat or tree map, sometimes you might need a scatter plot. Those may be the visuals that you really need to show the results that someone else is looking at. But you may not know that unless you're playing around with it, and having a good understanding of like why you're doing certain visualizations a certain way will help you create powerful dashboards. When you want to learn how to just use any of these platforms, one, Power BI, their training, Microsoft's training for Power BI is actually free. They have a full suite of training available. You just go into Microsoft. They actually launched a certification for that program this year. And you take the training, you apply the training, you can take the certification, or if you just want to continue the training, you can do that as well. Tableau, they definitely have an e-learning platform as well as paid. But what I do is, if you have a school email, you can use that. But if you actually have there's a lot of programs like Simply Learn on YouTube. I call it YouTube University. Simply Learn, and if you like look up Tableau trainings, Free Code Camp and Simply Learn have really good videos that are like 4 or 5 hours long. But those videos you can play and pause when you want, and you can really create some really nice dashboards that you'll be able to use and create to put on Tableau Public. I'll also be so many people reach out to me that I'll start offering some training once once I get through figuring out like what the actual bandwidth is going to look like for the Data Science for All Women Summit and then the Data Science for All Empowerment Program. So there's a lot of training. I post so many different training opportunities on Twitter. I know someone asked me like, how do I find them? They're on LinkedIn. That's a very powerful place. You can get all the news you need on LinkedIn, Twitter as well. Most of the opportunities come from seeing something on LinkedIn, seeing something on Twitter, actually looking for opportunities for people I know or someone has asked me about it, and looking for opportunities myself. So that's where I find a lot of the resources. And I know someone asked about machine learning. So if you are definitely into a lot of the machine learning that I have used is mostly to do predictions, but Microsoft and Amazon launched their machine learning university. So if you just put in Google Amazon machine learning university, they launched it publicly. So now everyone has access to that tool, to those learning resources and the tool used to do it. So you can learn how to do machine learning there. I've seen machine learning used in various different ways. For example, at CDC, they use it to do a lot of predictions on rates of infection. They use it to do predictions on funding and forecasting analysis. They use it to do predictions on how quickly like a vaccination could go out as well.
If you've enjoyed this content, please subscribe. Your support helps ensure that we can bring you additional great technology professionals who are passionate about helping you become a great tech pro who's in high demand.